As an international cricketer, if it's not a bilateral series, the first and foremost thing is to get into the finals, qualify for the knockout stages. And once you are there, look to win it, because it's a slightly different challenge, because recently, if you see, there have not been a lot of series where, three nations have participated, like a tri-nation series and all of that. There was a period in the middle where a lot of tri-nation series were happening, a lot of different tournaments were happening, but that's not the case right now. Asia Cup is one tournament that happens every alternate year maybe. So you don't get a lot of opportunity, and once you get an opportunity like this, it's important to get into the finals and then look to win it, because the challenge is slightly different compared to a bilateral series where you have 5 games, for example. Even if you lose the first 2, you still have chances of coming back. But the biggest thing about a final is it's like a knockout game. If it's an off day for you, you are completely out and you have to start all over again. So it's a special win for us. As far as Shikhar is concerned, I thought it was a well-placed inning. In between, he slowed down, but I don't think we needed a lot of runs. It was the best batting wicket so far in the whole tournament. So I felt the bowlers did a good job by restricting them to 120 runs. And we had the firepower to get those number of runs. If you see right now, what would have been the perfect headlines? If you look from majority of people who are sitting on the other side, India loses the final. It's a bigger headlines than India winning the final. So it's like having, putting in a lot of stake, but when you win that kind of a stake, it's like nothing really. It's like saying when you lose to Bangladesh, people ask, oh, you lost to Bangladesh. When you win, oh, that was okay, you're supposed to win. So it's like a game where a lot is at stake, but when you win, you actually don't take anything home. But I feel, things have changed. It's not like the 2004 Bangladesh team. They are a fantastic squad right now. They are a very good team. They have improved a lot, and that's what is showing in their performance on the field. So I feel it was, again, an important one to win. And as far as being in the present is concerned, it always helps. And of course, if you start thinking about the past as to what happened the last time when we were here, of course, you always feel hurt. But at the same time, what's important is to forget all of that and, concentrate in the present, because you can't do much about the past. You can only take the learnings out of it. And that's what we did. We wanted to play to our strength, and I'm glad we did that. As I said, I can play the big shot, but it's all about consistency. Let's, for example, say a Suresh Raina, or somebody like a Rohit Sharma. He can actually play the big shot right from the very first delivery. Of course, they have field restriction. Only 2 fielders are outside, so you can do that. As you go down, and I feel when you play in the subcontinent, there's a bit of reverse swing going, the ball tailing in. It becomes more and more difficult to play the big shot right from the start with so many fielders outside. You have to miss time one and you are out. And that's where some people have that kind of an edge where they can go in and straight away play the big shot. If I'm playing 10 innings, maybe I'll be able to do something like that in 4 innings, 3 innings, or maybe 5 innings. But there are a few who have that strength of doing it in 7 innings. And that's where you have to carefully position them as to who can do what kind of a job. Then again, what kind of a success the individual has against a particular kind of bowling. Let's say, for example, the spinners will be bowling, and if some batsman has that kind of a strength that he can easily clear the field, you send him, you promote him up with that liberty of playing the big shot, so that the opposition captain has to rethink his plan and change his plan according to what is thrown at them. So it's all like strategy, but it's one of the most difficult, I've always said that it's one of the most difficult things to do is to go in and straight away play the big shot. And I know a lot of times people throw in a lot of stats, but it'll be interesting to see in the last 50 years of Indian cricket how many people have been consistently doing that kind of a job. And I feel it's important for us to realize that it is a difficult job. We at times criticize the individual too much, but it's important to give them that fair run so that they can get exposed to international cricket, and you don't want to question yourself too much. There'll always be an element of risk involved if you're looking to do that.